Two Kittens presents the Broken Bones Horror Theatre. Fresh air and open countryside. What could be better for the mind and body? As it turns out, almost everything. Next time you step out for that woodland walk, remember Jerry and Fliss and the tale of Mill Hill.
Mill Hill by Tony Hazel. I love it up here. You can see 5 different modes of transport, you know. What, 5? Okay, then I'll bite road, rail, sea, and what are the other 2? Air? Air. Oh, yeah. I'd not realised that before, but you're right. I don't really think of the airport as an airport. Well, it's got planes taking off from it, and it's over there. Jerry points to the small municipal airfield just beyond the river. And the 5th? Horses. Where? They're in the field, under the flyover. It takes Fliss a second to locate them. Okay, you win. It's really stunning up here. The way the land opens out into the valley. Even the road looks like it belongs here, and to cap it all you have the downs. They're so beautiful. Fliss and Jerry stand on the edge of the hill which overlooks the river valley that forms this part of Sussex. A crisp wind whips up the side of the hill so briskly that for many years this was a popular site for hang gliders. Over time, the increasing death toll of young, long-haired men had forced the site to be closed to them. They both plunge their hands deep into their pockets. It's cold and the chill makes them wince. Come on, let's go for a wander. Turning, they head toward the copse behind them. The local council had spent quite a bit of money making the site accessible. Dark gravel paths were laid through the thicket, something to do with the millennium, so the signs said. They unhitch the gate and step into the wood. Remember the country code? Remember? How can I forget? They showed us so many public information films through the 70s, I'm never going to forget to shut the gate, or not to fly a kite near pylons. They both laugh. Out of the wind, the temperature rises a few degrees, just enough to warrant the loosening of a scarf a little. The copse is very old and not managed in the traditional way. Only minimal human intervention is required. The wind selects the trees it wishes to prune. The remainder cling to the thin, chalky topsoil, unable to get a decent footing. The wood has been on the side of this hill for hundreds, if not thousands of years. However, the trees are no more than 50 or 60 years old at most, except, that is, for one. This ancient oak stands in the middle of the wood. It's not at all tall. The crown lost to the wind as it grew. Denied upward growth, its boughs spread outwards. From its dark, squat trunk, around 10 feet up, 4 sturdy branches protrude at right angles to each other. They have an odd uniformity about them. A few smaller branches at the ends hold the scant summer foliage, now absent. They both look up at it. If only trees could talk, eh? We can talk to them, Jerry says. Yes, but have we got anything to say they want to hear? They both chuckle again and resume their walk. Turning a corner on the edge of the trees, they encounter a new view. On rolling downland, sheep and cattle graze in large, neat fields. There is so much space up here, you can see the shadows of clouds skittering across field after field. Can you imagine what it must have been like living up here before electricity and running water, Fliss? How cold it must have been tending livestock in the wind and rain. Imagine being a peasant farmer clinging to the side of this hill. Even if you had a shelter, you wouldn't have had proper windows. The drafts. Oh my God. I remember what the drafts were like when I was a girl. They'd whistle around your ankles. None of the windows fitted properly, and there was a gap under every door you could get your fist in. Did no one think draft excluders were a good idea? We had one. Just the one, mind, in the shape of a sausage dog. It went up against the kitchen door for some reason, exactly where it was least effective. People just seemed to put up with it in those days. I remember when our house got central heating, all the floors came up. Took weeks to put in. Did it make a difference? No, not really. The draft saw to that. They share a wistful smile at the memory. Turning away, they head back into the wood. Look, someone has made a den. A few sticks have been piled up to form a rudimentary shelter. Why is it that every single wood I've ever been in has one of these? They go over and examine it. I think it might have something to do with the scouts. Does it? No idea. Jerry rolls his eyes. I didn't think the wood was quite this big. We seem to have been walking for a long while now. I'm starting to get cold. Can you see the car park? No, I can only see a path over there. Fliss points to a muddy track that seems strangely out of place, considering all the effort the councillor has gone to make the wood accessible. Looks a bit muddy. If we stick to the edges, it shouldn't be too bad. I think it's heading out. Once we're out, we can get our bearings. There's no point trying while we're still in here. Agreed. They straddled the path, managing to miss most of the mud. Soon they are out of the wood. Right, where are we? They look at their phones. I've got no coverage at all. You? Nope, no bars. Look. Jerry holds his phone up for inspection. You'd think you get something up here. Truly Hill isn't far away, and there's a transmitter on top of it. Nope, nothing. Just then, a little way off, a person comes round the corner. Look, there's someone. We can ask them if they know. Good idea. Let's go. They set off towards the figure. As they get closer, they notice something about his clothes. They're drab and rough-looking. They clearly haven't seen the inside of a washing machine in years or ever. He's not wearing shoes as such. They look more like sandals. About his ankles are laced cloths which partially cover the footwear. What's he dressed like? He looks like a 15th century peasant. They must have a reenactment society around here or something. Hey, hello! They wave at him. He stops. Jerry raises his voice a little. Hey, can you tell us the way back to the car park? We've got a bit lost. The figure turns and scampers off back round the corner. Bit rude. Certainly was. Let's follow him. I'm sure there'll be others. The two of them head in his direction. They round the corner and they see what appears to be a small medieval encampment. Blimey, I didn't expect to see that. It's very realistic. Before them is a village populated with pigs and sheep in pens. A cow is wandering through the scene. It's being driven by what looks like a girl of no more than 10. They stroll up to her. Hey, little girl, this village is very realistic. What detail? The girl looks askance at them and moves the cow on with her stick. Where are your parents? We need some directions. The girl glances over her shoulder to one of the shacks dotted around a central smouldering fire. Right, thank you. They take a few paces on and Jerry whispers to Fliss, She's bloody hard too. They're really taking this seriously, aren't they? Too bloody seriously. Let's get the directions and get out of here. They approach the shack. Where do I knock? There's no door, just a cloth. I don't know, improvise. Fliss coughs loudly. Excuse me, can you tell us where the car park is? I'm afraid we've got a little lost. From inside the hut, they can hear a rustling. Some coughing and muttering follows. Soon after, a head pops out. It looks them up and down. Wano! I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Sounded like French. Maybe they're French. French? Why would they be camped up here? And if they were, they didn't build all this. Let me try. Où est la car park? The hut dweller pushes through the cloth door and stands in front of them. He can't be more than 5'2". His hair is matted. It doesn't look like he's ever had a bath. He also smells like a goat. They both take half a step back, as the smell is quite overpowering. Soon more heads appear. Before long, there's a crowd of villagers surrounding them. A vigorous discussion is underway, centering, it seems, on the intruders. Can you catch any of it? Hisses Fliss. Not a word. The more I listen to it, the less like French it sounds. It's the odd word, but it sounds more like English. Old English? Now there's commitment to role play. Jerry elbows Fliss, and they both enjoy the moment. Where hast thee cometh from? Oh, I see, very good. We cometh from Londinium. Can you show us to ye oldie worldy car parky, pleaseth? I say, don't take the piss, Fliss. We'll never get out of here. The villagers talk animatedly amongst themselves for a while. Jerry reaches into his pocket for his phone. Pulling it out, he looks at the screen. Nope, still no signal. The villagers abruptly stop talking. They spotted the phone. Suddenly the mood darkens. There's a kerfuffle from near the back of the crowd, and the children suddenly disappear. Fuck, Jerry, what have you done? I'm not sure. Leave it to me. I can sort this out in a second. Look, we're really sorry to have disturbed you. We just want to get back in our car and go home. Can you help us or not? What appears to be the leader of the village produces a dagger from his belt and advances on them. He presses it to Jerry's throat and beckons with his hand to give him the phone. Fuck, I'm being robbed. Fliss, do something! But Fliss can't do anything. The villagers have got her by the arms and they're holding her prisoner. Oh, this escalated really fucking quickly. How the fuck do we get out of here? The villagers go through their pockets and find Fliss's phone and her car keys. The tribe probe them with their pikes and daggers, pushing them into one of the empty pig pens. The crowd withdraws and several men are left behind to guard the scared and confused travellers. An angry exchange of views follows as their keys and phones are examined carefully by what look like village elders. After about an hour of this, the row abates, and the council seem to come to some sort of conclusion. The village chief approaches the makeshift jail. We hath decided. Thou art hags, and there's only one thing we do with hags. To the tree! With a flourish, he motions in the direction of the wood. To the tree? To the tree? What the fuck does that mean? Jerry rasps. I don't fucking know, but it doesn't sound fucking brilliant, does it, Jerry? Look, Friss, we can't stay here. When they open the gate, I'm going to rush them. See if you can escape. I'm a good head taller than them. I should be able to take them on. Fucking hell, Jerry, this isn't what I expected when I said let's go for a walk. If we get out of this, I'll never say it again. Half a dozen of the bigger men advance on the pen. As the gate opens, Jerry punches the chief as hard as he can and shouts, "Run, Fliss, run!" Fliss starts to run, but is tripped up by some of the women. They pounce on her prone body and begin to bind her hands and feet. She calls out, "Jerry!" But there's nothing he can do. A few of them have jumped on him and they've dragged him to the ground. They're tightly tying him up. His struggle isn't helping, only making it worse for him. Once they've both been incapacitated, they are dumped face down, side by side on the ground, while the villagers prepare for what comes next. How the fuck did we get here? Who are these fucking hillbillies? Do they think we won't be missed? We might not be. What? We might not be. I've read about this. It's a time slip. We've stumbled through a doorway back in time. It must have been when we stepped off the path to look at that tree. I think we may be fucked. Have you lost your fucking mind, Fliss? Are you seriously saying, well, yes, look where we are? They look up from the ground. The villagers don't look like they're acting. The children reappear and run towards them. A pack of barking dogs snap at the two of them as the laughing children poke them with sharp sticks. The adults come over to Jerry and Fliss. Lifting them up, they drag them toward the old oak tree at the centre of the copse. Fuck. Are we going to die, Jerry? Oh, fucking hell, fuck. The chief takes a coiled rope from a basket they brought with them and throws it over one of the branches of the ancient tree. He ties one end to a smaller branch and then repeats the process with another rope on another bough. The women and children drag a long bench from the village and put it under the tree. The chief climbs on it and starts to tie a noose on the free end of the rope. He repeats the process with the other rope. Fucking hell, they're going to hang us. You're fucking kidding. Because of a phone? They think we're witches. Witches? I don't believe this. You people are fucking insane. The villagers haul them to their feet and stand them on the bench. The chief slips the noose over their heads. Jerry starts to beg for their lives. Please, stop. We're not witches. The chief kicks the bench out from under their feet. The villagers give a loud cheer and clap as the strangers start their dance of death at the end of the rope.
Mill Hill was written and produced by Tony Hazel. Story was read by Alex Lowe. Mill Hill is copyright 2024, Tony Hazel. This recording is published by Two Kittens Publishing, copyright 2024.